Welcome back and thank you for tuning in. Shadow War Armageddon is all the hype right now, and I went to the local hobby store yesterday to pick up some scenery, and I found these two from Bandua Wargames. They're made for Infinity, but I figured they'll do just fine for Shadow War as well. I have never worked with laser cut scenery before. I'm told it's rather easy, so not too panicked about that. But I found this grain container and some industrial oil tanks. And they were really cheap compared to plastic scenery or polystone scenery. So I'll start out with this one, and in a future video I'll go into the other ones. So, whoops. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. There are no instructions in here, but there is a QR code. So I'll grab my phone. And you can see that video here. So, first we're gonna pop out all the pieces. That's definitely easier than taking stuff off plastic sprues. Also, I'm testing out a new tripod, so let me know below if you like the low standing tripod or if this bird view is better. As with everything, we'll start out by dry fitting the pieces. There are different peg sizes on the bottom of these, so the two with the broad ones goes into the middle, and the slim pegs goes into the ends. This can almost be push fit. That's quite impressive. I will PVA glue it though. It doesn't have the super sweet detail of the newer plastic terrain sets, but it definitely looks better than the toilet paper tanks I made when I was a kid for Necromunda. So I'm quite impressed, and we're ready to glue it together. Some regular PVA glue and an old brush. And I find it's a good idea to smooth out excess PVA glue, because once painted it often look weird and blobbly. And I just used the moist brush. Wow, that was easy. And there we have it. I'll let this one dry and then we'll prime it. So now I've given it a gray primer, and one thing that I'm quite amazed with actually is how the engravings are still visible and nice and black. I hope they will stand up to the airbrush treatment too, because that would be kinda awesome. And now I'm gonna load up the airbrush with some Vallejo gunmetal and Vallejo flow improver. I apologize for the noise in the background. One of my neighbors is cutting down a tree or something. It seems the engraving is intent on staying with us. That's quite sweet. Now we wait for it to dry, and then we add some chainmail silver to the original mix and give it a highlight. And I'm just highlighting by spraying from above. Chainmail silver with a tiny bit of flow improver again. Just mixing a little bit this time. And with a bit more distance, I just hit it from above. So, once again, we wait for it to dry. With the silver dry, we're ready to start washing. And as you can see, I've fastened some acrylic surface shade and some Nuln oil to the table with a bit of poster putty, because these colors have a tendency to fall over. Remember to shake them well before you put them down though. I'm just taking a paintbrush and I start with some Nuln oil and just start washing Don't worry about the big tube in the middle, we'll paint that another color in a moment, but be sure to get into all the nooks and crannies. And once we've used the Nuln Oil a bit, we clean the brush and get some earth shade. I prefer to use mostly Nuln Oil and then just mix in the earth shade for some variety, but you can also use Estonian camo shade or regular green shade or whatever. Like so, and it seems that we still have the nice engraving showing. That's cool. Okay, so now that the wash is dry, take some Ironbreaker or any other slightly lighter silver. I can't find my game color silver. I think it's in the house right now. I'm painting up a Dark Elder warband for my wife, so some of the colors are in there. I sit when our son is asleep and paint on that. So now it's just a matter of dry brush. So that's the dry brushing part. Not too heavy, kept nice and subtle. Now surface corrosion. We'll just paint all over the tube here. So here we have it. I'm really happy with how the dark metal and the corroded metal looks next to each other. So now I'll just let it dry completely. Now that the corrosion is fully dry, we bring in the Riesa Rust, and as usual, take a beat up dry brush and some paper towel. And remember, this color is pretty strong, so don't go crazy. And if you get something that's way too orange to live with, you can simply paint over it with surface corrosion again. And there we have it. Now for some Nuln Oil, used basically as a liner. And a nice long bristled brush for this. And there we have it. So, finishing up, I'm just gonna grab some Testors dull coat, then I'll be done. So here it is. A nice little piece of scenery, especially for the price. And I look forward to work with my other Bandua kit, the industrial oil tanks. As you can see, it goes well with the ramps I've made. Someone asked the containers from Microart Studio. They're hard foam, and they came painted like this. I will give them a repaint sometime soon, but right now they work for the tabletop and I want to get other stuff done. So check back soon. In the next few videos I'll be painting these oil barrels from tabletop art, and of course the industrial oil tanks from Bandua. So please like and subscribe, and head over to my Facebook page for more pictures of whatever I'm working on. Anyhow, take care, enjoy the spring, and see you next time.